Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be discussing a math quiz game I made in Python, and I'm going to walk you through it and how the code works, and hopefully this should give you an idea of how functions work. It's kind of like my old video about the area calculator, but this one it's kind of like, more like a game. It's kind of fun. It's gonna be really fun to go through this and see how you can code this yourself. Okay, so firstly we're gonna import the random library. We're gonna need that, and then this is just me personally, but I always define my functions at the beginning because that makes it more organized before I write the main code. So first, I have an add function. Then I have subtract function, multiply, divide. Basically, what it does is it just takes a random first number, a random second number, then it asks the user what's that number plus what's the first number plus the second number, and then it determines if the user's answer is correct. Same thing for subtract, same thing for multiply, except we're not adding, we're doing other operations. For divide, it's a little bit different here because, if I give them, like, what if this comes out to be like 57 divided by 7, right? Then that's a decimal, and basically it's gonna be really hard for the user to guess that without a calculator, or without paper, and that's just not efficient. We want two numbers like that that don't have a remainder, basically. So basically we just divide the first number by the second number, and we round that. So like 57 divided by 7 in that example, just a random example. So that would be the closest to 7 is the closest multiple of 7 to 57 is 56, right? So we can round that down to 8. Basically what this is doing is it's rounding 57 divided by 7 to 8. And then it's multiplying 7 by 8. So in the end, 57 becomes 56. What this thing here is doing is it's just taking this first number and it's rounding it to the nearest multiple, and then it's subtracting it by the number. And so this is a little complicated, but it's a use of operations in Python. And now we move on to the main code. So here we have score. It's our variable. It's 0, and counter is also 0. Basically, score represents how many you got correct, and counter represents just how many you've attempted. And at the end, the user will get their total score on the performance, basically. So now I'm gonna create a while loop. This is just one of my coding practices. It's that whenever I have a certain game that repeats something, I always use a while true loop instead of putting a condition here. It might look a little scary because this is a forever loop, but and sometimes people forget to add that break at the end, but that's really important. How if you know that, right? If you know to add the break at the end, this can actually be a pretty useful process, and it reduces it makes repetition easier. So now we're going to take the input from the user. What kind of math problem would you like? If they say addition, then we're just going to say, we're just going to do the add function. So if add, and what this means is back here in add, it eventually returns true or false if the user guessed it correctly or not, right? And this, by calling this function, not only are we making it run, but we're also getting an input. We're also getting output from the function when we're returning it. So if, this is basically saying if the user got it correct, that's basically if true, that means this thing will work. Otherwise, if it's false, then it won't work. So that's just kind of a neat way to reduce code and just a little better. It's a better way to understand Booleans. Now, if the user got it correct, then we're just going to print nice job. If they didn't, then nice try, but you got that one wrong. So if they got it correct, by the way, we add 1 to their score. And regardless if they got it correct or not, we're going to increase the counter. Same thing with subtract, same thing with multiply, same thing with divide. They're just different operations. Now, at the end, the user could also say done, and then we're going to say you got a, and then we'll divide the score by the counter. So let's say they attempted 5 problems, but they only got 4 correct. So 4 divided by 5, that's 0.8 times 100, that makes it 80. So 80%, and saying thanks for playing. Then we break the loop. So let's see how this turns out. What kind of math problem would you like? Addition. What's 5 plus 33? 38. Nice job. What kind of math problem? Let's say subtraction. 7 minus 5. Let's say something like 10. Something incorrect. Nice try, but you got that problem wrong. What kind of math problem would you like? Multiplication. Sorry, I don't know how to spell that. What's 8 times 6? 48. My job. What kind of math problem? Let's do division and see. Okay, so 72 divided by 9. You see, it rounds it down to 7. It's not originally 72. Probably it's something else, but it rounds it down to the nearest multiple of 9. And we're just gonna put 8. Nice job. And then let's just get one more wrong. 90. Just something random. Nice try. You got that one wrong. Done. I got a 60%. So that makes sense. And yeah, that was a game in Python. I hope you understand the multiple concepts I'm using here, including functions and while loops, and mainly the conditioning that's going on here. That was it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and please share this video with your friends. Bye.